So it is rupees 3450. Okay, so from the retailer he has collected how much tax? 3450. From the retailer he has collected 3450. And how much tax the dealer has paid? The dealer has already paid 3000 rupees. Okay, the dealer has already paid 3000 rupees as a tax to the manufacturer, and the manufacturer is given to the government. Now the dealer is collecting how much tax from 3450? Sorry, from retailer, that is 3450. And how much the dealer paid from his pocket to the government? 3000. So what he will do? From this 3450, first he will take 3000 in his pocket, and the remaining amount he will give it to government. So the amount that the amount of GST that the dealer has to deposit. So our second will be the amount of GST deposited by dealer to the government will be output tax minus, so this is the output tax for dealer, minus input tax. So input tax total he gave 3000, so it will be rupees 450. So now he will give only 450 rupees to whom? To the government. So students, you can see that first and second question we already found. Now still we are left with the third part. Okay, students, I hope you have understood this. So I am erasing this part. See here, students, lot of statements and every calculation and everything we have to show in detail. So you can see that this whole board is also not enough to solve just one sum. So just imagine how lengthy the sum are. Okay. Third thing I have to find the amount that the retailer has to pay for the television. Okay, what was the selling price of the television? It was 23,000. So the retailer will pay 23,000 plus the tax he has paid, that is 3,450. So we can say that the amount that the retailer has to pay for television set will be selling price of television set plus the tax he has paid to the dealer. So 3450. So that is 26,450. So now students, in this case, now see the dealer has spent 3,450 as a tax that he has given from his pocket. Now from where this dealer will collect his tax, whatever he has paid, he will take it from the customer. So students, in real life also you can see the person who is the end user of the product, he is the one who is paying all the tax. In this transaction you can see manufacturer, dealer, trader, they are not getting any kind of loss. Okay, whatever tax they are paying, they are collecting from the other person. Whatever tax manufacturer has paid, is collecting from the dealer. Whatever tax dealer has paid, is collecting from the retailer. And whatever tax retailer has paid to the government, is collecting from the customer. So you can see finally the customer is paying all the tax. And students, you can see that here manufacturer, trader or dealer, it is not a loss to them. They are not paying any extra money from their pocket. Okay, actually this system is also good because in this, see, first of all what happens, there was multiple tax one person has to calculate because there was multiple tax. Service tax was there, octroi tax was there. So multiple tax was collected and lot of accounts we have to maintain. Now it is just a single tax system over here, so it is easy for manufacturer, trader and dealer also. And the main benefit of this GST is that students, government has generated high amount of revenue compared to the previous tax system. You might be reading in newspaper. The amount generated by GST compared to previous tax system is more. Okay, so students, you can see in this way we can solve all these given questions. Okay, just students, you have to understand the concept and you have to understand when this tax is divided in equal parts, when the whole tax is collected, who is selling to whom. For that person it is input GST or output GST. So all that things you have to understand. If you are clear with all that concepts, solving sums will not be at all difficult. But yes, understanding of this word problem is very important. Okay, who is selling to whom, so what will be input tax, what will be output tax, so all that things you have to understand from the word problem. Okay students, please go through it. Okay students, let us understand the next one. Okay, it is told that a jewelry manufacturer in Surat sold a bracelet to a dealer in Rajkot. Surat and Rajkot, remember, within the same state, so it is intra-state transaction. Yes. So a dealer in Rajkot is purchasing a bracelet for rupees 80,000 from the manufacturer in Surat. Okay. So now see, the dealer in Rajkot is purchasing a bracelet from Surat. So he has to pay some tax. Okay. The Rajkot dealer will have to pay a tax to the Surat dealer, and then Surat dealer will pay tax to government. Okay, so the Rajkot dealer will pay tax. So what will be the input tax for the Rajkot dealer? That we'll find first. This bracelet was then sold to a dealer in Cuttack. Students, Cuttack means they are talking about Odisha state. Yes. Now from here it is interstate. Okay. So this bracelet was then sold to a dealer in Cuttack for rupees 95,000. Now the Rajkot dealer sold that bracelet to the dealer in Cuttack. So Rajkot dealer will collect the tax from the dealer in Cuttack, and what is that tax called? Output tax. Okay, the tax which you collect while selling goods, that is called output tax. If the GST rate for gold jewelry is 3%, calculate the net GST payable at Rajkot. Now students, see here, nowhere in the sum they are asking that find the SGST, state GST and central GST payable. They are directly asking the net GST payable at Rajkot. So here in this case you don't need to divide 3%. 1.5%, you don't need to divide, because they are not asking anything in the question that how much tax is paid to the government, state government, and how much tax is paid to central government. So we have to calculate tax directly 3%. We are not dividing over here, because in question C it is not asked. But from the sum I can understand that here the business is taking intrastate also and interstate also. So we have to calculate the net GST payable at Rajkot. So first of all, what we will do for dealer in Rajkot. Okay, so let us see the solution first. So what will be the selling cost price of a dealer or selling price of a bracelet for the manufacturer in Surat is rupees 18,000. So he is collecting 18,000 rupees. So CP of a bracelet for dealer in Rajkot is equal to rupees 80,000. See, this will be the selling price for the manufacturer, but as the Rajkot dealer is purchasing, so it will be cost price for him. Now see, Rajkot dealer is purchasing from a manufacturer of Surat. Okay, Rajkot dealer is purchasing from a manufacturer in Surat. So he will have to pay the tax to the manufacturer. And what is that tax called? He is bringing the things in. So input tax. So let us calculate input tax for Rajkot dealer will be how much? Here it is already given 3%. So 3% of 80,000. That will come to rupees, 2 zeros will be gone, so 2400. So how much tax Rajkot dealer has given to the Surat dealer or a Surat manufacturer? 2400. Now what he is doing? Now Rajkot dealer sells the bracelet to dealer in Cuttack for 95,000. It means what will be the selling price of a bracelet? So selling price of a bracelet for dealer in Rajkot, because he is selling at this price, no? It will be rupees 95,000. Okay, so still we are not answering this. From the sum we are finding each and everything. Then we will write the answers accordingly. So see, selling price of a bracelet for dealer in Rajkot. So the dealer in Rajkot is selling this bracelet for rupees how much? For rupees 95,000 to whom? To the dealer in Cuttack. Now see, so this product is selling. So whenever selling the product and the tax which is collecting, that is called output tax. Yes. So he will collect the tax from the retailer. Okay. So tax collected from retailer of Cuttack will be how much? Again 3% of 95,000. So it will be rupees 5 3 is 15, 5 and 1, 2850. Okay, students. So how much tax? So that is nothing, but you can also say therefore output GST for a Rajkot dealer. Now students, this you can also say as a input tax credit. Why credit? Because this Rajkot dealer is depositing this much money to the government. Now see what is happening. What is the first question? The net GST payable at Rajkot. Why net GST payable at Rajkot? Because from Rajkot only the purchasing is done, and from Rajkot only it is selling out. So Rajkot dealer what is doing is purchasing, so he is giving input tax. Then Rajkot dealer only is selling, so he is paying output tax also. So what is the net GST payable? So from the first question, now see, it is clearly written net GST payable. It means the output tax will be greater than the input tax. Then only GST is payable. Okay. So in case if your output tax comes lesser than the input tax, then somewhere you have made mistake in calculation. Please take care of all these things. So the first answer we will find net GST payable at Rajkot. Net GST payable at Rajkot will be output tax minus input tax. Why students? Because see, this 2400 is already given to the government. So whatever tax he will collect from the retailer, this much he will give to his, this much from this 2850, 2400 Rajkot dealer has given from his pocket to the government. So when he will get the tax, first of all 2400 he will keep in his pocket, and then the remaining he will give it to the government. So that will be rupees 2850 minus rupees 2400. So that is rupees 450. Okay students, so the net GST payable at Rajkot is 450. And students, always remember that government is not getting any loss. Okay, government is not getting any kind of loss. Okay, see, government has to collect how much rupees? Government has to collect 28,550. Who is the end user over here? This dealer at Cuttack. Okay, so the government has to collect 2,850 rupees only. Whatever is the final tax that government should take. So final tax is coming over here 2,850. So government is not getting any kind of loss. He is getting 2,400 from dealer, and again the balance amount which is to be paid, that also is getting. So the government is getting 2,850 amount only. Okay, now let us see the second one. Input tax credit for the dealer in Cuttack. Input tax credit means whatever the tax he is paying. Okay, while purchasing the thing. Now see, the cutter is purchasing from the Rajkot dealer. So the output GST for Rajkot dealer will be input GST for the cutter. Okay, so I can directly write second one, input GST for input GST for the dealer in cutter because he is purchasing, whenever you purchase the goods and the tax which you pay, that is called input GST. So this cutter dealer is purchasing from Rajkot dealer at which price? At this price, and how much tax he is paying while purchasing? This much. So this will be the input GST for the dealer in cut again. That comes to rupees 2,850. This we already found. Okay, so there is one another way also in which you can find the tax. See, first of all, what was the price of the bracelet? 80,000. Finally, at which price the bracelet is sold? 95,000. So how much it is sold more? So what is the value added in 80,000? So it is added 15,000. Now you can also calculate the tax on 15,000. See. So 95,000 minus 80,000. It is rupees 15,000. So now how much value is added in 80,000? 15,000, because first of all it was bought at 80,000 and it is sold to the last end user. Who is the last end user over here? A dealer in cutter. So 95,000 minus 80,000, that is 15,000. So on this value addition, if you find 3%, this is called value added. Why, students, it is called value added? Because it was 80,000. In that some value is added and now the bracelet is selling at rupees 95,000. So how much value is added? 15,000. Now on this 15,000 also, if you calculate the tax, so 15,000 into 3%, if you calculate, it comes to rupees 450 only. Okay, students, in this also directly you can calculate the tax. So directly you will get the net GST payable at Rajkot. Directly you will get 450. Okay, this you can do if you want to verify your answer, or in question also you can do if you want. But I suggest do questions as per asked in the word problem. Means do each and every step. See, in this sum only 2 sub questions are asked. But in the next few sums we will see in the further sums we will see they are asking 4 to 5 different things. So that's why I suggest you do each and every steps. Okay, so that it will be clear in your mind and you will be also able to find the answers quickly. So one way of finding the net GST payable at Rajkot is this. The other way of finding, you have to see value addition. Okay, in the previous 2 years, it was one value added tax. So whatever value is added, in that the tax is collected. It is same like this. On this 80,000, how much value is added? 15,000. Why? Because finally the bracelet is sold at 95,000. Okay. So tax will be collected only on the value which is added. That is 15,000. So 15,000 of 3% will be 450. Now suppose if this retailer sells rupees at 1 lakh rupees bracelet to consumer. Okay, so how much value is added from 95,000 to 1 lakh? So 5,000 rupees. Okay, so the tax will be collected only on 5,000 rupees. So in this way the GST works. Okay, that whatever value is keeping on adding, on that added value the tax is collected. Okay, now see, suppose over here 50, yes, so we already got here is 450. See, this will be applicable in all type of sums. Okay, in all type of sums it will be applicable. So I hope you know what do you mean by this value added. What was the previous price? 80,000. Finally it is sold at which price? 95,000. So you have to find the difference of that two. So we come to know in 80,000 what value is added? 15,000. So now the tax is paid only on the value which is added. So that is 15,000. And what is the tax? 3%. So 3% of 15,000 is 450. Okay. So either you can find in this way, or either you can find in this way also. Here see, what we are doing, we are finding the tax on value added only, no? Because see here, 22,580, it is on this. 2,400, it is on this. Then finally what we are doing, we are finding the difference of this tax. So it comes to this method only. Here for the selling price, we are finding the difference, and then we are finding 3%. Here, first we are finding the 3%, then the tax we are finding the difference. So it is one and the same, like commutative property. Okay. So students, I hope you understood this sum. Okay. Now in the next session, we are going to solve few more sums, and slowly we'll move it to complex word problems. In these, there are only word problems which is asked of 3 to maximum 4 marks. So today you have seen few sums. You must have got some idea that how these tax and all the things are calculated. What is input tax, how it is calculated, what is output tax, how it is calculated, how we calculate the GST payable. So you must have got some idea, students, from the sums which we did today. Now in the next session, we are going to solve few more sums, and slowly we will go slow, and we are also going to solve the complex level sums also. Till then, students, if you have not watched the previous video, please watch the previous video. It is a concept based video of GST, and watch today video also. Okay, till then, students, goodbye, take care, stay safe and healthy, and once again I hope that you might be very busy preparing for your prelim exam, and all the best for your prelim exam. In case any doubt in any topic of prelim exam, do call me at any time. Till then, keep learning and watch the 2 videos of this GST, this one and the previous one. Okay. All of you, bye and take care.